Hello and welcome to Goats and Dragons, the stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I try to kill my friends. I'm Andrew Gilbert, the benevolent dictator of Helpful Goat Gaming, but tonight, I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. And I'm not alone. With me, as always, is the unbenevolent dictator of Helpful Goat, Galway, playing the goodest tiefling, Charity.
Genuinely sounded like you said, and I'm not a gnome. So I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to put out there that you are, in fact, a gnome.
Yeah,
He's not.
Hashtag goodest tiefling.
Adam, playing the sneakiest halfling, Burbage.
That's me. Hello, everybody.
Lena, playing the stormiest Goliath, Stormbringer.
Hi.
And Jay, playing the weirdest elf, the Maris.
Hello, everybody.
And those intros weren't amazing because I didn't have a ton of time, and I'm running out of ideas for them. Anywho, let's
And because he's a
jump
gnome.
in. We got a couple announcements, and I'm not a gnome. Damn you. And we got a couple announcements so you fools can draw in the background. Most of our announcements are simply that we are announcing we're streaming. Every Saturday at 7 Eastern Standard Time at 5 Mountain Time, we're going to be streaming this episode, and we will let you know in advance if any of that changes. But for the foreseeable future, that's what we're doing. There's going to be a rerun of last week's episode on the following Friday, which means last night there was a rerun of last week's episode, and those start at 5 Mountain, 7 Eastern as well. So you can catch up on that and then on Fridays, and then listen to the live game on Saturdays, so that everyone gets the story and they're all caught up, and it's fun. Also, we are finally affiliate, yes, which means you're able to share and subscribe to us. As a reminder, everyone who has an Amazon Prime, you're able to get Twitch Prime, I believe, which will allow just a few free subscriptions. You're able to do that for us, so you don't miss a moment of the Goats and Dragons fun. Oh, and it is fun. But that's most of the announcements. And, aw, cute. Look what you've drawn.
Good job, Andy. Good job.
Actually a gnome. Big gnome.
So let's jump into tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. All right. Previously on Goats and Dragons, Ponway, a high priest of Rin in the city of Federo, has become increasingly afraid of a plague called Fire Blight. It has ravaged Behelit, and it's making its way south, according to him. Now he has asked you to venture to a village called Cliff Mill in Behelit. You are to trade the Stone of Troll Aversion with the town for another blue-petaled plant, the same plant that you had stolen from the mysterious island early in the series. As you settled into the caravan leaving town, you followed Tellywood Tyne along the road east of Federo. You met many people in the caravan. They seemed nice enough. One in particular was a stern and rough tiefling named Hakari. She was useful in a scrape and helped you defeat some giant scorpions. Also, one night a young elf named Arafil went missing. And then a young halfling girl named Hildo. Several days later, the father of the halfling girl accused Hakari of eating his child. Hakari was seen by several people talking to the girl and getting cozy with the elves. This fueled that accusation. Burbage, luckily, has been able to talk the caravan down a bit, especially Ferold, the halfling father. Hakari, though, realizing that the mob will not so easily remain appeased, has stolen away in the night with a horse from the elven group. Now, coming back from his watch, in the very beginning of the light in the morning, Charity discovers her missing, and he sees a note tacked to the inside of the wagon. Charity, what would you like to do?
Of course. Oh god. First, Galway wants to find where we are in the actual caravan.
Where did you find the note?
Where did I find the note?
You found the note, basically where Hakari has been kind of staying inside the wagon, just tacked to the sort of fabric that's covering the top of it.
And okay, so I'm probably gonna go. Oh dear. Is the note sealed in any way, or is it just sort of a piece of paper?
No, it's just a piece of paper.
So could I read it without touching it or moving it in any way?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably do that.
All right, let me put it in your handouts area.
I don't know if it... Oh, it does do a push notification.
There you go.
Nice. So I'm going to put that up. I will read this out for the stream as much as you can read. Hello, friends. I am so sorry I had to leave, but you, especially Burbage, will understand. I can't be hung for some shit I didn't do. And if I stay, I'm probably going to murder that little jerk anyway. I guess either way, I wouldn't get my coin back. I don't have anyone right now like you have each other. Maybe someday when we meet again, I can help much more. Until then, I am obviously not the Oni. Can I insight roll a piece of paper? I don't know who is. I don't think it's the veteran, but I do know that the guard with Bara Silvervein isn't who he says he is. I saw his papers and sleep. Anyway, I haven't caused you too much hot trouble. I hope we will meet again. Hakari Demarian, the 11th installment. At some point, I just completely stopped reading that in Charity's voice. Sorry. Yeah. I also realized because it didn't actually make sense to be doing this in a character's voice who didn't write this. Okay, so multiple things here that Charity is going to be thinking about. One, coin back. Two, not the Oni. Three, the guard with Bara Silvervein. Four, the 11th installment. This seems like a really weird way to do a patent of nobility to Charity. And he's pretty sure she wasn't a noble, so he's just going to kind of read this. Sit. Okay. Guys. Sort of quietly. Guys.
Stormbringer's sort of waking up, but mostly just grunting and going because I was sleeping.
That's nice. Okay. So Hakari booked it.
What?
Hakari appears to have left us this note.
Oh.
So the Oni is dealt with?
Hakari was not the Oni.
Well, if she left, that's pretty fucking sketchy, right?
Let me see this letter she left.
It's tacked to the wall of the card.
It should now be in all characters' handouts.
Wait, how did she stick a letter in here with us in here without us noticing?
She was also sleeping in there with you guys. She just.
Oh, okay. We're not just terrible at this.
not generally, no.
Can't be hung for some shit I didn't do.
She also rolled pretty decently stealth for a cleric.
I was also staring
whatever she
at
was.
the large shield guardian in front of us part of the time.
Indeed.
Same.
Which
this
one
all-
is Barris Silvervein?
It's the dwarf, I believe, back here.
Okay, because Tellywood was suspicious of him too, I think.
This all checks out, and I totally understand why she did what she did.
Can you explain it for the rest of us? Because this just looks suspicious to me.
I mean, the whole caravan wanted to hang her, and
And
she
me.
clearly
Yeah, and charity.
doesn't. Yeah, and she doesn't really trust anybody. So why would she trust us to keep her safe? I don't
Yeah,
blame her.
I guess that's true. She doesn't have a tribe. She says she's all alone. It's sad.
Perhaps there's a way we can use this, though.
I'm listening.
We cleanly solved the case of the Oni.
Because we're down to one we're down to one
We
tiefling for the
chased
mob
her
to
off.
lynch.
She stole a horse. We just say she's the Oni.
Wait, but we didn't
So-
find the Oni.
What happens if the Oni takes someone else?
We have bought
Yeah.
ourselves some time so we can set a proper trap.
With bait?
With bait.
Wait, who's the bait? I don't want to be bait. I don't want to be bait.
I vote Burbage.
Oh, I was thinking the children because it seems to like young people.
How young was that elf?
Charity looks torn, mostly relieved that he's not being recommended as bait. A little disquieted by the concept of let's use a child as bait.
Wait.
I did not say that. That was not my idea.
I said that. That was me.
What are you proposing exactly, Vimeris?
We could tie him up and dangle him outside the
I
wagon with a little
propose
sign,
we
come
dig
get up.
a pit, and put sharp stakes in the bottom of the pit, and then put the child in the pit. And then the Oni will run into the pit after the child.
Damaris just kind of leans back. And
This
he's
is
like,
terrible
I-
because Charity's not laughing, but I am.
He's contemplating this plan.
I
He
don't
likes your words.
I don't
Oh, good.
know that they have like child radar. Just like magically detect child the way I detect magic.
Oh.
Also seems a little
Okay,
traumatic
new plan.
for the child.
We keep the pit plan, but we also leave a trail of meat leading to the pit.
So as a plan B, I'm not necessarily going to say it's great, but it's particularly disquieting given what plan A used as bait. Are you suggesting a trail of child meat?
No, there's only one child left. That's not enough meat.
Charity's just going to slowly close his eye. I think I have a headache now. Listen, I agree with Vimeris that it could buy us time. I don't know that we necessarily claim that we drove her off, if only to help cover ourselves in case we're wrong later, but we can point out that it was suspicious behavior.
It is suspicious behavior.
And maybe insinuate
I think maybe we let them
deeply.
draw the connections themselves. I was relieved that they seemed more interested in lynching her than me. It's a nice change.
You also start to hear a bit of commotion outside. It appears the elves have now discovered that
What fresh hell is this?
she's taken their horse and are making a stir in the back of the caravan.
So we're all agreed on throwing Hikari under the bus? I guess I wouldn't know that phrase.
The wagon.
Yeah, under the wagon.
Straight under.
Straight up under.
I mean, unless somebody else has a better idea.
I don't think that we say that we fought her or anything, but let them decide that she was the Oni and use that time to try to come up with something. I could use more time to think about my spells and anything I can think of, and perhaps you can think more deeply on anything you might remember about the Onis that you met before.
Guys, there's something about this note that's bothering me.
What?
I don't know. I can't tell what it is. I'd like to do some kind of check on it, though.
Please give me a like an investigation check.
Okie dokie.
Oh, thank God you're a
Oh.
halfling.
Lucky,
Yeah.
lucky.
You rolled so many ones this game.
And the best part about it is it's a free reroll. His ones are better than twos.
I know. Oh
Yeah,
my
they
gosh,
are.
it's brilliant.
Yes!
Jesus.
Thank God.
Jesus.
A little
What
bit
a
of a spread
turn.
there.
Good. Yeah. Burbage, you're not very familiar with this particular version of it. But it's kind of an obscure use of thieves' cant as
yeah.
well.
That doesn't surprise me.
Does he know what it says then?
Yes, he does. I'm going to send it to him.
Okay, I was like,
separately.
is he just not saying anything, or have you not given this information yet?
All right.
Well, that was in
let's
public
see.
chat.
That was just public.
Oops.
Whisper that.
Well, I
No
guess
one
I'll
read it.
have to-
I'm just staring at it. The stream is staring at it.
Keep an eye out for a wooden shield with a spider etched into it. Oh yeah, that's the shield that she was looking for.
Goddamn spiders. Why is it always spiders?
Magical. There's some coin in it for you. Also, the veteran was nice to me. If you get a chance, sleep with him. He said you were hot. Oh. How about that? All right. I say we set aside this Oni business and start thinking about ways I can sleep with a veteran.
I'm sure you can just, hit on him. Hikari did that. It worked.
Charity is just straight up head tilting at you at this point. Like, what?
Yeah, keep tilting
What?
away. All right, now listen. There's all this commotion outside. We're gonna have to deal with this. All right. And Hikari stole a horse, and frankly, I don't know what to do other than, maybe throw her under the wagon. But the fact is, we know that she's not the Oni, and so
Yeah, but
we
they don't
really.
know that.
Yeah, but we have to be proactive about finding the Oni. And are you guys really sure
Right.
that setting some kind of trap is going to do it?
I have hunted before, and pit traps work pretty well.
I don't.
So I think it's a good idea.
My trap was slightly more metaphorical in nature.
Do I look sure of anything? And Vimeris kind of smiles.
Just gonna creep.
I thought. I mean, you look kind of sure of a lot of things. It's just kind of your demeanor is very confident. Are you saying I shouldn't trust you as much as I have been?
Wait, you trust me?
Of course he
Well,
trusts
I
you.
mean, to the extent that I trust anybody, yeah.
A voice from outside the caravan starts to kind of shout, Charity, Stormbringer, would you all mind stepping out here
If it's
quietly with Hikari?
I'm gonna pop out in sort of a rush. Be like, Tellywood, Hikari's disappeared.
What? Well,
Hikari has disappeared. I thought it was a straightforward sentence.
She was the
I'm
one that
following,
must have.
lurking behind Charity.
She
I'm
must
gonna
have
say-
stolen the horse from these gentlemen.
She was taking one of the later watches.
Galure steps up. He says, "Yes, she she put some sort of spell on me and took the horse, and I was unable to stop her. This is horrible. What does it mean?
I'm going to be like, wait, she put some form of spell on you?
Yes, she bewitched me.
I'm gonna activate my detect magic. I just want to make sure that you're not still suffering from any ill effects.
Looking at him, he has no magic about him at all.
I'm like, oh good. Whatever it was must have ended already.
Yes. Your spell. It's gone now. And Tellywood steps up then. What does this mean, Charity? Was Hakari the one taking people? It really truly was? Burbage, you said it was not her.
I do not know. We had only just... And I am making an effort to appear very torn. Like, I am somewhat confused and torn, but I'm also trying to project that. As opposed to keeping it hidden. I'm like, I don't know. It seems possible, but there have also been rampant threats of violence against her, which could have driven anyone to flee.
Speaking of, Farrell is now striding up to the rest of you, kind of tucking in his shirt, putting on a belt. Are you talking about that devil? Where is she? Have we decided yet? And Tellywood replies, Farrell, she took one of the horses from the elves and took off in the middle of the night, and we've already tried to find some of the tracks, but the wind must have kicked them up. We cannot. Farrell is just steaming, starts to look at Burbage and Charity and just kind of back away.
Where is Roburn?
Roburn, if you're kind of looking around, you don't really see very easily. But after a little bit, you see that she's back by the Furbolg. So back here.
Oh, she's this model?
Getting some breakfast. Yeah.
Okay. I literally... Sorry. That wasn't even a suspicious question. That was just like, I recognize most of these, but I don't know if she got a name on her token yet.
There it is. Indeed.
I mean, is everyone else accounted for?
So far, yes. Everyone, I believe, unless, they're not saying something, but... And she looks around, and she believes everyone is accounted for, then yes. How will... This is Galure speaking. How will I be compensated for my theft in the middle of the night? The security of this caravan is horrible. And then Nedder steps up to him and says, Sir, well, you could have my horse. I don't mind. I'm not using it as much anymore. Galure says, Of course, yes. Yes, well, thank you very much. We will.
Did he just refer to himself in the first person plural?
We, as in me and my fellow elves, but sure.
Son of a
They
bitch.
take the horse immediately back to their wagon. And Tellywood is just sort of looking around. I mean, if you think it's safe enough to keep going, maybe we just continue on then.
I'm going to lean into her at this and sort of quietly whisper, like, you do realize that at this point I think the primary danger is to me, given the fact that the small one seems to keep wanting to kill me. Or at least people that look like me.
Well, I'll talk to him. Maybe he'll be more appeased by this disappearance.
I would appreciate that.
She really was a demon.
It's very difficult for me to be able to provide security to the caravan when I'm more worried about being killed by someone from the caravan.
Oh, of course. Yes, of course. Ah. Well, I will certainly talk to him. Maybe just stay away from him for the next week or so. Let him cool down.
I
Let him grieve.
haven't really interacted with him outside of him threatening to lynch me.
Good. He's not that personable a fellow, I found.
I'm also going to say to her, why do you feel that we should keep an eye on Bara?
I don't exactly know. Bara was a late entry into the caravan. He paid over the asking price to get in here very, very quickly. And he didn't have a guard at the time, and asked me to set one up. And before I could even do that, though, he said that he had found someone, and he started to thank me for it. And I just sort of accepted it. But something has rubbed me wrong about those two for a while now. They very, very strictly keep to themselves, and I don't know.
I'm going to say, do you ask for any sort of cargo manifest or anything when you come into this caravan?
No, I don't. That is
He is carrying
part of the draw of a lot of these people, is that they do not have to submit me what they are carrying.
He is carrying multiple magical artifacts.
Oh, well. Maybe he should just be left alone then. What about those behind him? Have you gotten a read on the two smiling Azamar yet?
They... I'm actually going to make a insight check on this. I want to understand, like, do I think she's just checking up for how the caravan is doing? If that makes sense?
Yeah, give me a check.
Or, like, do I sense another motivation in anything?
Sure. Ooh.
Hello.
She is personally creeped out by them, but doesn't really see anything dangerous. It's almost purely a rumor kind of asking, like, do you know what's up with them?
Okay, but
rather
like,
than a scared, you should keep an eye on them kind of thing.
and it's also doesn't feel like she's trying to figure out what we've figured out. Like, it doesn't feel like she knows all about them and is trying
Not
to.
at all. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That was where I'm gonna say.
Or she's yeah.
I can say with certainty that they are not what they appear to be. In the sense of humanoid.
Oh. That's even slightly. That's disconcerting.
They're not smiling at you.
Well, maybe I'll talk to their guard a little bit. He seems to at least be able to communicate with them a little bit.
They like
but,
to smile.
Anyway,
if you
they
can call
do
that
like
a
to
smile.
I dislike all of this. But if it's safe enough, we should continue on.
I agree that would seem to be the best. While
Beorzi pipes up at this point behind her and says, "Well, it's certainly not safe staying here in the middle of nowhere." True enough, Beorzi. And Samuel is a good guide. We'll follow his nose.
I'll also say that while there does seem to be the possibility that Hakari was in fact the problem all along, we should all remain vigilant just in case.
Yes, okay. Thank you. I will spread the word throughout, and then we will get going after everyone is packed up.
Of course.
So then she does. She walks throughout the caravan, starts to kind of talk to everyone a little bit. She's sort of concerned about Netter, who now doesn't have a ride. And she arranges it, actually, with the orc caravan that he ride with them.
That is an
for a little extra gold
amazing
that he
mismatch.
seems to have. I know, I love it. But he seems to be happy enough now not to have to travel on foot. And then everyone is packing up their tents. The furbolgs are packing up all the cooking supplies. You didn't really get any breakfast. Everything seems to be about packed up at this point. And Behelit and Tillywood returned into the front of the caravan, and off you go. So the day of travel today is long and dreary and hot. There was something about Hikari that brought a bit of liveliness to everything, a bit of humor. She was very good at playing games.
Day drinking.
There's the day drinking. There is a little bit of this that is missed about her. The shield guardian has been kind of told, evidently, to walk again beside the caravan of halflings and not keep an eye on you exclusively.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. The elves have a horse again in the back. Roburn.
Which they're not even riding. Nothing.
Which they're not even riding. And Robert just keeps looking kind of salty at them the entire time. Yeah. Is there anything that you'd like to do today, or as the caravan stops for the night?
I would again want to be... Okay. In character thing. Vimeris, is there anything I can do to help you perhaps remember more about this Oni? I have guidance.
I mean, certainly, yeah. You can give him.
I'm actually at this point just
Give him a
sitting there
nature check,
repeatedly casting guidance on him. Like, it doesn't stack, and Charity kind of knows that, but it's sort of like,
No, I don't.
Can he make another nature check with that? Or?
Sure, yeah. You can make another
Okay.
nature roll to see if there's anything else you recall.
Yeah, no.
Not
I'm
much,
not
but
feeling
give it a D4 guidance
Okay.
check.
More guidance.
Yeah, I mean, you've tried and are just scrounging your brain. You're thinking through your mother's tomes of such creatures, and just nothing really came up. Nothing comes to mind.
It was a very long time ago.
I understand. I was just hoping that perhaps we could get something. The other thing that I would like to have done, besides I would have been encouraging him to do that, I want to be thinking about what I know about my magics, the spells that I have, other spells that I've seen, like anyone in the party use, which I guess is just Vimeris at this point, because I don't think just randomly hitting things with the lightning is going to be immensely helpful.
It's always helpful.
That could be helpful once we find the Oni, I think. But anything I can think of, any other ways I could think of to check sort of using the system I was using before, if there's any gaps in it, if, there's anything I can combine a spell with, if there's anything that I know about Oni, which would probably actually be a separate check.
Yeah, you can give me a nature roll, and if you can think of anything from that, you might be able to try a reroll of something that.
Okay, I'm gonna guidance myself.
Indeed.
Come on, Tiefling Brain. Yes!
Oh my gosh.
That's like 2 in a row for you, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so something actually weird happens as you're diving back into memories and trying to uncover just a nugget of information that you feel really is just lodged in there somewhere. So you've almost gone into kind of a meditative state, and you feel a soft guidance of a very warm, loving embrace. You just move your mind in a certain direction. And this feels like a direct guidance from Behelit herself. And she's moving your mind almost back and forth like a wave, undulating. And then something snaps together, something that is a memory that you have never experienced yourself. And it's an oni, an actual sort of demon thing. It is standing in front of you, and it is grinning, and you see it change shape over and over and over. Some of the shapes look familiar to you, but you can't place them, and others just look ghastly and horrific. And then the memory ceases completely, and you are left sweating. You were shaking, and the others around you didn't even know exactly what was going on. It was almost a small seizure, and you've come out of this trance, and you've realized something that very specifically is used, that Oni cast polymorph on themselves. And polymorph, you were looking to check to see about this spell earlier, and you were trying to find out who might be human and who might not be. But polymorph itself also changes the very nature of the creature, let alone more like an illusion where it's put on like clothing.
I'd be looking for a humanoid with transmutation magic on it.
Since most humanoids here are humanoid, it could very well again sort of be almost anyone. And now you're actually moving a little bit away from the idea that it might be the smiling Azamar, because they actually don't represent that.
They have magic on them, but they're not humanoid.
Something different slightly than a polymorph spell, maybe.
Also, just as a note, you said that like I felt a very direct presence of Behelit sort of guiding me. I will be waking up and I, was shaking and sweating. There are tears flowing.
Indeed.
She has helped me. I misunderstood. I misunderstood before. The way that they change, the way that they change. I was doing it backwards. I was doing it all wrong. When they change into the thing. They change into the thing. It is not merely it's not merely a seeming. They are that thing. She has shown me. I was
Charity.
wrong.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, you're kind of raving, Charity.
You.
Uh-huh.
I was reviewing what I know of magic. I was trying to figure out what I know of magic and what I knew of magical creatures. Things like this Oni or any other powerful creature. And Behelit guided me to information, to memory, to knowledge. I don't know, but Oni use polymorph. The effect of a polymorph spell isn't an illusion. It doesn't leave the Oni what they were. It actually changes them into a humanoid. It just also leaves them with a magical effect on them.
Oh.
So before, I was trying to look for creatures that looked humanoid, that had a transmutation aura on them, but weren't affected by my spell. When I should have been looking for just the opposite. Something that looked humanoid and had a magical aura, but that was affected.
Alright, so what does that mean? Can you try again?
Probably, but it also means that the field has been narrowed down. However creepy they are, and they are creepy, let's not be confused. They're very creepy. It shouldn't be the ASMR. They're not humanoid to my magic. They're changing some other way. And it means
Charity, you now actually almost have to fight back, simply just throwing up. There's just a nausea in you, and you go dizzy for a second, and you realize just how much of a toll this actually was on you. You have metagame. You've gained a level of exhaustion actually from this at the moment.
Whoa.
And suddenly I'm looking at my stat sheet and I'm like, is there a thing on here for exhaustion?
Yeah, I don't think Roll20
I don't think there
has that I know of.
Which is unfortunate.
Because it affects kind of a lot of different things.
Yeah, like, because that's a thing that actually comes into enough game attributes that I would have kind of hoped it would have.
You're hoping that it'll just go away after a good night's rest, but you just feel like you're dragging. You can almost barely stand up at the moment.
You don't look well, Charity.
I don't feel well. I'm tired.
Rest.
It is not the ASMR, but it could be Roburn.
All right. Well, Charity, why don't you lie down in the wagon, and we'll take care of this. All right?
We will dig a pit and get Roburn to go into it.
Okay.
I don't
well,
think that
maybe
that's
something
the
else.
best plan.
Yeah. We know, Charity, it's not the best plan. Don't worry about it.
It's a
We've got
great
it
plan.
covered.
So just so everyone kind of at home also knows, a level of exhaustion, the first level is simply a disadvantage on all ability checks.
Simply,
for
that's
Charity
just
today.
that's it.
Which is a lot of things when you're mostly role-playing.
That's all. You're just gimped.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
Sleep.
So the day carries on.
I'm also going to cast minor restoration or lesser restoration on myself.
Oh, okay. That would also probably get away with it.
I'm going to cast lesser restoration on myself and sort of like curl up, see if that combined with a nap does the trick.
I don't believe it quite does, but you're on the way to.
Yeah, I didn't think it would necessarily end it, but just as a,
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
Very nice. So the day's travel carries on, and again, you're kind of amazed at you're basically traveling just through sand at this point. There's very little road to speak of anymore, and you can't see the coast. All you see in every direction is just sand, and toward the evening, the sand has now started to kind of whip around as the wind is picked up. And the night gets, as everyone settles down for the night, the wind is making it a little difficult for anyone to keep watch. But what would you like to do?
Like sand is everywhere, or
Yeah, the Furbolg aren't making a fire pit tonight. They're asking everyone to just eat your own rations.
Stormbringer is just going to kind of casually go outside the wagon and start, in an overtly casual way, start digging a hole.
All right. Well, I think we need to put some eyes on Roburn. Maris, what do you think?
what were you thinking?
Well, I think one of us should go kind of sneak around and see what she's up to.
By one of us, do you mean one of us or me?
You know, yeah, are you volunteering?
Are you?
Well, I'm sure as hell not. Volunteering, I mean. But we could play, like, rock, paper, scissors, or something like that. If you wanted.
It's night. I
Boulder
can go.
parchment shears. Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's it called?
Boulder parchment shears.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no need for that. It's night. I'll go.
All right, and what's the maximum distance we can use the message cantrip?
90 feet, 60 feet.
Let's look it up.
Doop, 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 doop.
Stream is also looking it up. 120 feet. I thought.
120. Lovely.
All right, so that's plenty of. Yeah, I'll kind of I'll hang back a little bit here and yeah, just message me telepathically if you need my help with anything. How's that sound?
Yeah.
You're a good guy, Vimeris.
Yeah.
Am I awake? Just generally?
Yeah, this is early evening, I guess, unless you're trying to wait for a specific time of night.
No, I was just making sure. Like I sort of took a short rest in the caravan, and have been very low activity. But overall, I'm able to be awake.
Oh, certainly. Yeah. It didn't quite get rid of the full level of exhaustion that'll come after a long rest, you think, but you are certainly awake.
Just making sure.
Burbage, where's Vimeris going? I'm gonna ask from inside my hole.
He's going to see what Roburn is up to.
Oh, and then he can lure her back here. That's smart.
I'm gonna lean my head outside the car. What are you doing? Never mind. I know what you're doing.
I'm digging a hole.
I know.
It's just a hole.
I know. Yeah, I know.
It's not for hunting. It's just a hole.
Charity, don't worry about it. We got this covered. Also, how about this? Twist it. Bop it. Behelit. Huh?
What the hell?
Hold on.
What do you
Hold
think
on.
about that? Pretty good, huh?
I can't even. I can't.
So that's an insight and a medical roll. Do I think I'm hallucinating? I fumbled the medicine roll, and I'm totally fine with that.
Wait, what are you checking here?
Whether that's
On yourself,
actually
or-
Burbage and if I'm hallucinating.
It is. You think he might be trying to make a joke, and then you just get your mind is spinning, and you have to throw up. So you're gonna have to run out of the cart real quick.
Vomit. Huh? That fits too.
Okay. We're done.
All right, I'm gonna message Vimeris and ask him what's going on.
And Vimeris, yeah, what are you doing?
What do I see of Roburn?
Roburn is getting off her camel at the moment, and she's
Suspiciously?
sort of walking. Suspiciously, and she's walking around the elven cart, seemingly checking to make sure everything's kind of batted down.
Guys.
And then she's leading the camel as close as she can to it. You see her then setting up a lean-to very suspiciously as well.
Okay, are you being sarcastic or?
Guys,
I believe
she
that's
seems to
what
be...
is thinking.
She seems to not be doing anything interesting. Are we sure it's her?
I mean, we're
also
not.
give me a perception check, Vimeris.
Fine. Wow, I'm not seeing it because I'm dumb. There it is.
Oh, interesting. It's very difficult, but you see a couple things. The the sand is starting to whip up much harder, and it's obscuring any sort of candles or firelight in the caravan. But even as the wind is whipping around you, you almost get the sense that you hear a voice on the wind. Someone maybe even to the north of you. And you quickly look and turn, but you don't see anything, and it's actually getting hard to kind of even be out here at the moment. And you turn back. You also see the Azamar are getting into the top of their little wagon cart thing again, and as one of them has opened up and slipped inside, the other one is just staring straight at you, Vimeris, and it feels again quite awkward. And then you see the veteran as well, kind of going around the cart, making sure that the horses are okay, that he's putting up a lean-to catch some of the sand that's blowing.
Who's the veteran again? Is that the dwarf?
No, the veteran is the human who's been riding alongside the Azamar people.
Oh.
All you've known of him really is that they paid him like top dollar to like come in really quickly. They don't ever talk, but he gets like feelings from them sometimes, and so he's able to kind of communicate a bit with them. But that's really about all you know about them, or him really. And he was nice to Charity, or no, I'm sorry, Hikari.
Is he hot?
I mean, he's good looking. He's an older gentleman. He's in his probably 50s at this point.
Maybe like a silver fox.
Yeah,
or
silver
something.
fox kind of thing. He's got
Alright.
salt and pepper beard, and a shaved bald head.
Okay. Great. I guess Vimeris. Yeah. What do you want to do? Sorry, I interrupted with my thirst.
It's okay. It's okay. It gave me time to read about alarm. I'm within 30 feet now. I think I can. Can I discreetly cast this and set it on their wagon?
Sure.
And set it so if Roburn leaves the wagon, it sets the alarm, but the other elves, if they leave the wagon, it won't set the alarm? Does that make sense? Am I crazy?
Wouldn't you want it set for anybody leaving the wagon?
We don't suspect everybody in the wagon, do we?
But I mean, like, well,
I don't want to have it be an alarm that like goes off every time someone goes pee. But if Roburn goes pee, I want the alarm to go off.
Yeah. So you could actually give me like a kind of a stealth check to see if you can cast this on their area in a sort of. I mean, it takes a minute to cast it. Even.
It does take a minute, yeah.
Yeah. And try to shape it so it's kind of around them and not simply just them. Because mostly alarm is meant to have an area of effect where if someone enters it, it'll let you know. But you kind of want to know if someone leaves it.
Yeah. So like the boundary if they step over it or step on it.
Kind of, yeah. So you have to kind of shape the alarm spell a little around them. Yeah.
And you think that should be a stealth?
Yes, please. Try to do it. Well, you're trying to do it without them knowing, I assume.
You might have inspiration too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and use my inspiration.
All right.
We're gonna try that again.
Oh, that's much better. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. So you do see Roburn sort of stick her head outside of the tent, but the wind has picked up now that you're pretty sure she doesn't notice you at all. And so you kind of make this area around their caravan. It takes actually a couple minutes because you have to sort of do it very slowly and meticulously. But you're pretty sure if anyone leaves or enters, you could be notified.
Okay. Well, hopefully that doesn't get too annoying, and then I go back to. As I'm going back, I wanna inform them what I did, my family.
Excellent.
So they know
and
what I did by the
as-
time I'm back.
Yeah, as you're returning,
Okay, fine.
as you're returning, Stormbringer, you're digging a hole?
Yep.
Cool. A very quiet voice kind of sidles up next to you. Miss Stormbringer? Miss?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm sorry. I don't suppose that that demon woman left any of her makeup behind?
Who is
Or
this? I'm
you
not very good at
perhaps-
people's names.
So this is Shenli, the wife of the halfling family,
Okay.
the mother. Yeah.
Um,
If she had any makeup, or if, right. Anything like that? No. I'm sorry
she
to have
didn't
bothered you.
leave any with me, but I can go ask. I can go look in the wagon.
Oh, okay.
I've also I
yes.
found that smearing dirt on myself is very good makeup and camouflage if that's what you're looking for. Then Stormbringer's gonna kind of do this weird smile wink thing for no apparent reason.
I'm
Sounds
gonna
good.
kind of look out of the cart at her, and
Mhm.
do I get any? I'm gonna actually just message Stormbringer because I'm assuming I could hear this.
Barely. You just heard some voices out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then never mind. If I couldn't hear what it was.
Couldn't quite hear what she said. Yeah.
Here, let me go look. Let me go look in the cart, Shenli. Maybe
Oh.
maybe I'll find some.
Bless you, giant woman.
Am I aware that Shenli is?
You see her now, just kind of waiting outside, the cart. It's
So-
again dark and.
As soon as you come inside, what was that?
The halfling woman wants makeup. I told her smearing dirt on herself works well, but
Why does she want makeup?
to wear, presumably. I didn't ask. Did Hikari leave any of her makeup?
She did not. She took everything she had.
But why
Okay,
does
I'll
she?
go back out to my pit.
But why does she want makeup if she
I
normally
don't
wears
know.
it? God damn it!
No,
And then
Shenli.
Burbage, if you come over to her as well, it looks like.
Yeah. I just kind of want to see what's up.
Yeah, she's got her hood on, and she sort of bows to you, Master Kemp. Yes, thank you for all that you've done in helping look for our child. I'm so sorry that we couldn't find her.
Shenli, the demon lady didn't leave any makeup. I'm sorry, but
Oh,
dirt
no,
is
no.
nice.
That's fine. Thank you so much. And she turns immediately and starts to head back.
You know, we're still looking for her.
She hops in the cart.
Oh, did she
Uh,
want makeup?
Yeah, she
And
was
now-
hoping Hikari left makeup.
That's so strange.
Why is that strange? I thought that some women like wearing makeup.
I don't know. It's just something feels off about it. Hey, Vimeris. I'd ask you what happened, but you already told us with the message cantrip, so welcome back.
Convenient sigils.
I tried.
The wind
So-
certainly is picking up right now, and it's almost getting hard to even hear each other speaking.
Yeah, I want to go inside. I don't like the sand in my eyes. In my mouth.
All right, and Stormbringer, then what are you doing out there digging a hole?
Is this getting really bad? Like, do I feel like this is going to be a dust storm, or what?
Pretty soon will be. Yeah, it kind of depends on what you're doing.
Digging a hole?
You're pretty sure by morning it'll be filled up again with sand.
That's very frustrating. I look very frustrated.
All right.
I'm going to sigh really exasperatedly and then go back into the cart and say, I guess I'll have to try digging the hole tomorrow, you guys. This dust storm is going to get bad.
Will someone ask her what she's doing?
I know
The
what she's
DM wants
doing.
to know.
What?
She's gonna chop up a little child, throw it in the pit.
It's the pit.
I don't think any of us had any doubt. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about, Andy? We all know what she's doing.
I had no fucking.
And none of us are stopping her.
Yeah, that was.
Okay, Charity doesn't
like-
feel good.
She making a loot.
I love you, man.
Okay.
I like how the DM is just like, someone roll a fucking insight check so I know. It hurts me.
You don't think that it's going to do much use to set watch this evening? The visibility is too crazy. You don't think that it almost would be dangerous if someone were walking around out here, or maybe even being out in the dust storm?
Which is precisely the time when an Oni would be out and about. I should think.
Well, hopefully, if the Oni is who we suspect it to be, we'll know if they are out and about.
Yeah, because of your alarm spell. Sure.
Thingamajig. Yeah.
Yeah.
That, I don't know. This whole Oni business rubs me the wrong way. I don't like it. I don't like there being this strange antagonist stealing away people.
At
It's not a
least we
good
can
thing.
trust each other.
We could
Yeah.
we could give the Oni a name to make it, less threatening. We could call it Andy. Shadowy presence making our lives
Why did
harder.
that name make me shiver?
Guys, I really think that we've got to capture this Oni tonight. I don't... And that makeup...
Charity's going to sort of...
Maybe I should go help Shinli put dirt on her face. She wanted to wear makeup.
Charity's going to sort of look up from where he's lying on the ground. Like, I don't think tonight is a great night for capturing the Oni.
Is it a good night for helping Shinli wear dirt makeup?
Why did no one ask her why she wanted that? Ow.
Because I don't think of things.
I
We didn't know it was
here.
going to get that dark. God damn, Andy. Yeah, so what would you like to do? The night is closing in.
Are we doing anything else tonight?
If no one's doing anything or stopping me, I'm gonna go try to help Shinli with dirt
I'm
makeup.
pretty sure that that's not going to go well unless you take Burbage, and even then probably won't go well.
Burbage,
Listen.
do you want to come help me with Shinli?
Yes, I do, and I have an idea.
Does it involve pits?
What
You
is
know,
it with you and Pitts tonight?
Just
No,
seems like a good idea.
it doesn't involve pits, but it does involve bait. I say
That's
we
exciting.
We go over, you can ask Shenley about the makeup, and meanwhile, I can ask Modo to give me some of her children's clothes. Would a halfling child's clothes fit Burbage?
Not quite.
Or how
It'd
about
be-
maybe even just like a girlish kind of pashmina?
Yeah, I mean, it would be a little small, but not terribly.
What I propose is that we go over, I get some childlike clothes, put them on, and then I can be the bait walking through the dust storm over by Roban, and I can be all like, ooh, ooh, doo, doo, I'm just a child out on my own, and then that could be our way to catch the Oni. What do you think about that? Best plan, or